Now we're starting to look into some of the finishes that are going to make this house really shine. And honestly, this is what 90% of your customers are going to see and care about. Hey everyone, we're back here at our spec house in Oakland County. And boy do we have some awesome updates. There's a lot that goes into a staircase like this, and for us, we'll reveal a little bit about the cost of this project because that is a huge component. Now we're over here at our staircase, and you can finally see behind me how this staircase is really starting to take shape. We've got our rough boards on here, everything's been put together and clamped and glued and nailed, and now we just gotta come in here and finish it up a little bit. So we're talking full oak treads here, one solid piece that goes across. Now this has been jointed together, so you have smaller pieces that make this big solid piece. And what that does is gives us a lot of protection against movement. A solid piece of oak, say even 6 inches wide, is gonna have some contraction and expansion in the different months of the year and with different humidity levels. So in the summer, you'll see expansion as you get humid air, as you get into the 50, 60, 70% humidity. That wood can move up to 1/4 of an inch per foot. Now that might not seem like a lot, but when you get movement on each individual plank of say a wood floor, that can turn into inches over the course of a whole floor, which can lead to cracks here and there, separation. Unless a client is looking at a custom home with very artisanal products like solid oak floors or maple, we normally go towards engineers. So much stable and easy to work with, and it's still gonna last the length of the home. Next, what our guys did to finish off this stair tread is they added molding here with 45-degree bevels and the same type of oak that's gonna match our oak treads. They filled all their voids with wood putty, and now they're gonna come in here and sand this up. And of course, at the end of the project, we'll probably do a little bit of stain and a couple coats of varnish, making this a durable solution for these stairs. Taking a closer look at this Newel post here, we can see we just have the tape on here so that we have our top plate glued down with no nails that are going to penetrate the top. This is going to be a touch point where people are going to come by and feel how solid this Newel post is. So we want this to be nice and clean. I love putting in a standard square modern looking Newel post. I think it really is a timeless look. You can see these on houses dating back from the 1920s in Detroit. And while we had a lot of round balusters and Newel posts in the 90s and 2000s, I think square has really come back, so that's why we went to opt for it here. After all this is finished and cleaned up, we're gonna come in here and either put aluminum or wrought iron banisters, and that's gonna be up to code, of course, 4 inches at the maximum spacing. That's gonna make this look very clean. You're gonna be able to see through it all the way to our front door, and it's not gonna, make any kind of clutter in the area. It's gonna look very modern and timeless, which is really what we want on a spec home that we want to appeal to a large audience. Now looking this way at the stairs, we can see that we have solid maple right here. Now again, this is an engineered product, but a solid maple riser. Maple is a very desirable wood, and it goes well with oak because the oak we can stain, make a nice dark color or rich color, and then put a varnish on it. And the maple is nice and smooth and easy to finish, and then we'll paint that white so that the stain color will really pop. Now you see on the close-ups here, everything's been filled like we talked about, and then this will make it caulked if necessary, which is gonna really finish this up and make all these trim details shine. So stairs are one thing we really try not to cut corners on, because this is something that you're gonna see and interact with on a daily basis as being a homeowner at this home. Our handrail here behind me and in front of me here, this is solid oak. That's phenomenal because oak is a very strong and dense wood, and it's not very flexible. So when you grab onto this handrail, you get almost no give, making it feel very sturdy under the hand and easy to grip. We have it running continuously behind me all the way up the stairs, which is going to be great to make the staircase feel safe and easy to navigate. This feature right here, going into the living room, has to be one of the coolest features of trim in this house. What we're doing is actually manufacturing a curved top handrail on site. This saves us a bunch of time and money because we don't need to have this made off-site. We don't need to have laser measurements taken. So I'll show you another angle here as seen from down below, and you can really see how this curved system for manufacturing our handrail makes a lot of sense for our project. So from the factory, they send us a piece of top rail that looks almost identical to the rail that we've mounted here. And what this is, top rail, as I mentioned, it's made out of separate parts. So you can see when you open it up, you actually have individual slices about 1/4 inch wide with this tracking line in here, so that when you glue these together, they all come together as one piece. And once it's sanded down, you're never going to be able to tell the difference. What this allows is over a big period, you can actually bend this. Just like each piece is flexible just a little bit, the entire assembly is flexible and incredibly strong when glued. So the last component of this system is a rail on each side that allows us to mount our clamps and not damage our rail. And this together is what you see down here in this assembly. We have two awesome pieces of top railing being made here. So our first top railing is connected to our post here, and these look exactly like our Newel posts. Again, solid oak. This engineered product is nice and stable, very strong. It's going to feel good on the hand, and you can see that we have our solid handrails connected to each one. This square pattern gives us a very solid point. You can lean on here, barely going to move, and I think it's a good investment. For those of you curious a little bit more about what these Newel posts are made out of, you can see here is our solid engineered oak. It's actually 4 3/4 inch slices put together and glued from the factory with no gaps. And then this is a very handy outside trim piece. This slides right around it so that we don't have to make these miters in the field, because these do have to be precision pieces. We want this to look perfect. We want to see no flaws, because this is really what shines in this entryway downstairs and this walkway and bridge over from our master bedroom to the other bedrooms in the house. Now I came up here because there are a couple of really cool details I want to show about this wall molding that we did and this flat piece. Not quite a wainscoting, but still a nice trim detail that I think really shines as you're walking up these stairs. So what you can see is a solid oak base here. Now this is going to set the carpet on the other side, and here it's going to provide the transition to the wall. Under here we have a nice cove molding, really classy look, and then of course flat piece on the wall, and then another piece to transition from drywall to our wood. Again, this maple is going to match our risers, and that's all going to be painted white. It's going to be really clean and really shine and make the staircase open up and feel much more spacious than it is. Looking in the corner here, this is my favorite part. You can see how all these lines come together very cleanly with perfect miters. I think this is going to be an awesome point that people are going to see and make them fall in love with this house. At the end of the day, costs for a staircase of this caliber are going to range dramatically throughout the country. Right now we've had a huge increase in material cost, as well a little bit on labor. Now just a broad cost on this project: stairs themselves, materials, which is going to be oak and maple, both a premium product, is going to run about $4,000 on this project. This is good prices from our manufacturer, but these are just very high-end pieces, including these stair treads, which are about $40 per piece. Now this is all stain grade material, remember. So if you're going paint grade, you can get a much more affordable system as far as materials go. Labor on this product is going to vary greatly. We get quotes for something like this that's probably about a week of labor for one guy, anywhere from $4,000 to $10,000. Now our trim guy here, he's been doing this his whole life. He is the best of the best in our area, so he charged about $6,000. We feel it's a very appropriate price. This guy is a skilled tradesman, unlike many other. While we have a lot of skilled trades, the finished trim guys, they know what they're doing, and they've been doing this their whole lives, and it's worth paying a little extra for a premium product that at the end is going to be a focal point of your house. Thanks for joining today, guys. We love having you here. Love to show you a little more about this and see if this is something that you would want to implement on your project or a new home you might be building. So stick around. I encourage you to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you find value in learning how to build your own home from a broad overview perspective. In the coming weeks, you can expect to see a lot more. Next, we're moving into tile. We do our tile base and then our final tile, and next thing you know, we'll be going into the final finishes here of the house. Can't wait to see you there.